Harjodnie tarvorskie stal, cold, hard steel. The Shashka is a very special kind of saber, a very sharp, very single-edged, single-handed, and very guardless sword. In appearance, the Shashka is midway between a full saber and a straight sword. It has a slightly curved blade and is most effective at slashing and thrusting. The blade is either hollowed or fulled. There is no guard, but there is a large curved pommel at the end of the sword. The hilt is frequently highly decorated. The Shashkas from the Caucasus, opposed to the Russian versions, are carried in a wooden sabaka and are enclosed as part of the hilt. It is to be worn with the cutting edge at the rear, opposite the saber. The Shashka originated from the mountain tribes of the Caucasus in the 12th century. Later, most of the Russian Cossacks adopted the weapon. There are two types of Shashkas that exist, the Cossack Karizian Shashka and the Russian Cossack Shashka. The typical Karizian, or the Ajahi, form a saber longer than that of the Cossack type. In fact, the Russian word for Shashka originated from the Ajahi word Ajahik, or Shashko, meaning long knife. It is gradually replaced by the saber in the cavalry, for instance, except for the hussars during the 19th century. Russian troops, having encountered it during the 1830s in the conquest of the Caucasus from 1817 to 1864, preferred this than the standard issue sabers. The Russian Caucasus Corps first adopted the saber in 1830, and in 1881 the Shashka became the official weapon of the Russian troops and police force. At this time there were three types of Shashkas. The Cossack type, where the handle was almost sit on the scarab. This type was used by the Kuban Cossacks and the tribes from the Caucasus, such as the Chechnya, the Stan countries, and other Muslim minorities in the Caucasus. The only problem with this Shashka was that the rainwater could go down into the skabaka and, of course, rust. This type of Shashka was very light, 300 to 400 grams, very flexible, strong and sharp. The best and most famous Shashkas are the type of the Dugarad and the Volchek, where the running symbol of a wolf is being imprinted on the blade. The Don Cossack Shashka is a straighter blade that gave the Cossacks a bit of a combined arms of the two, a saber and a Shashka. The weight of this Shashka is about 1 kilogram. And then finally the Terek Cossack Shaka. The handle, like the Don Cossack Shaka, does not go inside the scarab, and it is very light and very strong. The absence of a hand guard is inherited from the original Cossack construction, in which the Shashka is nearly completely hidden in the scarab, together with the hilt. The hilt is slightly curved down, thus providing an additional leverage for pulling out the Shashka and for the additional force by wrist action. The handle of the saber was crafted so that the built-in polearm and possible a small guard was usually extended for only one side of the hilt. Most of the medieval and the Imperial Russian weapons of the time, either the Shashka or the scarab, were very oriented and very decorated, with gold and silver engravings embedded into gems and stones placed into the Shashka and the hilt. The figure carved out into it was the Tsar of the time, and the blade of the saber was generally a double or triple filler, and due to its greater width than that of the European sabers, it had a unique style of tempering. It was also stronger too and was able to deal damage to light body armor. The Shashka had the feel of a European saber and was very notable for its sharpness, its strength, and its flexibility. There has been footage of Tsar Nicholas II himself with a Karizian saber and overhead twirling, mounting, and doing various sword tricks as well, and actually even cutting pieces of a wooden pole. So there you go, the Shashka. The only melee type weapon I may do for this series. Of course the Gurkhas are going to get the kukri, but who saw that coming? If I do include Fiji in the Britain Empire, they might get the Toka as well, but they haven't really fought on the Western Front, maybe as a Labour Corps. There's one Fiji ace of the war actually, but other than that, this may be the only melee thing that I do. Sabers would actually be an all-country thing, so France, Austria-Hungary, Germany, Russia, all of them will have sabers. Of course they'll be in their country's caliber and sharpness and stuff like that, but this is the only indigenous, kind of sword thing that the Russians, Cossacks, Wild Division, Muslims of the Caucasus had. So hope you learned something. British season is next week, because I'm lazy, and enjoy yourself. Yeah, I want to do Belarus and fix up a few videos, finish the other 2 videos that I have to do, and for sure Saturday would be Tannenberg. I promise. Before Saturday or by Saturday itself, Tannenberg would be done. Anyway, enjoy yourself. Hope you learned something. Das Vidania.